Yes, it's present.
Yeah, tell us, because now it's emerging that there are employee payables of 27.4 million, but in your financial statements, not 32, employee payables is 0.
Chair, I'm not privy to that information at the moment.
What's your name, Mr.?
Joseph Lekalkuli.
Sorry?
Joseph.
Joseph who?
6711.
Just give us your full name and what you do in the county.
My name is Joseph Lekalkuli. I'm Director of Finance.
Are you the preparer of the financial statements?
Yes, we do it as a team.
But your signature and your ISPAC number is on the financial statement?
Yes, as the head
So
of...
you are therefore familiar with all the disclosures, including the notes supporting the financial statements?
Should be.
Yes, so you reported that you had 0 in terms of employee payables. In this report and in your response, you're indicating that you had 27 million as employee payables. What should we take? Your financial statements prepared by a finance expert, or a response prepared by the governor, who perhaps is not a finance expert?
I guess we should go with the financial statements.
Therefore, there was nothing due to employees. Why are we being told about 27 million here?
I need to revisit that.
Do you have the financial statements?
I do not have it here.
How do you go into a boxing ring without your gloves? Surely. What did you come for?
Chair, can you see the director's body language? He's smiling at you and we are discussing serious issues. I don't think this guy is serious. He better go under oath because he's answering and he knows, Governor, you know, if we want to know the heart and functionality of an entity is through financial statements, your CCM will tell you that. But you can see your gentleman who should be doing this job is taking it casual. Or is in office on other considerations.
We must debunk this myth that they'll hang the governor and that's the end of it.
Correct.
Yes, we'll hang the governor, but just like Jesus Christ also had one thug on the left and another thug on the right,
yes,
we shall also find thugs to hang alongside the governor.
Correct.
Now, this is extremely important, Governor, because we are going to refer to this note 32. That disclosure has not been made. You are telling us there's 27 million for staff. An auditor, you probably should have queried, because also for us to understand the opening balances. I'm familiar with this note having opening balances. Was there a requirement for opening balances to be disclosed? Note 32?
Yes, Chairman.
They ought to have disclosed
by Treasury that all entities must prepare opening financial statements to be able now to arrive at opening balances.
So how do we trust, Governor, or how do you trust that you owe 431 million? How do you as CEO get comfortable when your officers are not comfortable?
Chair, before I answer that, I think this is the first time we've had this kind of meeting after the audit. And I find this meeting very productive, even more than the audit itself when we are doing the audit. So maybe you could, just on the side, you think of having, apart from the audit meetings we come, we should also have this kind of meeting. Because, Chair, as you said, I'm not an accountant, but it's very hard for me to believe that when we pay our staff, that someone is not remitting the statutory deduction. But now it's coming out that we are not sure, because the accountants we have here are revealing to us that we paid, it's 0, while we have the auditor report revealing that the 27 million was not paid. I would ask kindly, Chair, that you allow us, because it's very important for me, very important, that you allow us to go and have this accountant and the auditors reconcile this issue, Do we have zero balance in terms of remittances, statutory deductions, or do we have 27? But I just want to...
I think refrain from giving directions. It's the chair will give directions. You can just make suggestions.
Chair.
Senator Lelegwe, then
Chair.
Senator Wambua.
Chair, I think we need to be clear here, the auditors and the governor. These deductions were done at the point of salary payment for each employee. These deductions were made. When you see your response, you're saying that at the time of the next supplementary budget. My question is, where did this deduction, the single unit deduction you took from a staff, where did you store that, or where do you account, or where did you deposit that deduction, specific deduction? Because you are referring again to the supplementary budget. We're asking, where is this money that you've deducted from employee amounting to 27 million?
I hope the officer has now found his financial statements, because we will be writing to ISPAC that you are not fit to be in that position. Senator Wambua.
Chair, I'm actually increasingly doubting whether really a real audit took place in Samburu, or people just sat down and did whatever it is that they did. That gentleman, the director of Director of Finance, I take great exception through your governor that you'd even try to attempt to respond to questions of Ed. I have actually seen, Chair, it is our staff that have given him a document that he should refer to.
The danger with that is one time that happened in Kiambu.
Yes.
And then the governor of Kiambu claimed those were our records and disowned us. So we need to be very careful, our clerks.
Yes. Yeah. So Governor, I honestly feel you. I don't know myself what I would do in a situation where then I have this level of casualness in handling such sensitive issues. These, for heaven's sake, and for crying out loud, these are deductions from people.
Including him.
Including yourself. Yes. This is money that, should form the basis of a lot of things for staff. At the end of the day, there are pensions, there are questions of pensions, there are questions of, retirement benefits. There are circle issues here. It's a very serious issue. It's not an issue that you just wake up and try to recollect. I'm not very sure about that. Chair, and I can't guide you, but I request that you guide this committee to arrive at a situation that this level of casual way of doing things in the county government of Samburu must be brought to an end. And I like what the governor is saying. Perhaps this is the first time that we're having a constructive engagement with the county government of Samburu. It is late, but at least we can arrest something, if not someone.
Yeah. Let's listen to the officer. What did you want to say?
Okay. Chair, thank you. First of all, if you look at trade payables, we have two.
First, the document that you're looking at.
We are looking at the financial reports for FY 24-25 as of June 2025.
Page?
Page 39.
The original certificate.
Yeah. I just want to confirm that the total pending bills was 431, as indicated there, broken down into two: trade payables and third-party payments. And if you look at the aging analysis down there, the 28 million, which is above 3 years and above, old and above, that is where the question falls now. the pending bills related to third-party payments like SACCOs, Cherargei, and those payroll issues. So,
So
according to this report,
what are you saying
I'm just saying
that is different from what is before us? Because what is before us, employee payables is zero. And you have just said that you've had 27 million on matters to do with employees. And having looked at this, those should be categorized as employee payables. Because if you talk of third-party payments, you can't put employee payables in the third-party payments.
okay, according to me, employee payables relate to.
Do you have a standard separate from the one issued by the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board? Because
we use the same.
you are the 47th county we are dealing with, so we are not new. We are not strangers in Jerusalem. Number two, opening balances. Could you show us where they are?
Opening balances for the year is an additional,
No, where are they? Where are the opening balances?
I did not indicate it here.
Were they supposed to have been indicated?
Yes.
So is your note 32 a fair, accurate picture of the state of trade payables in Samburu County?
In terms of the summation of pending bills, it's accurate.
No. In terms of what you're required professionally to disclose.
Okay. Opening balances was omitted.
Is it material?
Opening balances, I would say the totals.
No, is it material, yes or no?
Yes.
So that's material non-disclosure. And you must take responsibility as a professional. And Governor, I don't think that in case of Samburu, we could be talking of lack of capacity in the general populace of Samburu. I mean, when I go to Kisumu, the manager of the central bank in Kisumu is a friend of mine from Samburu. My county commissioner in Samburu, in Kisumu, is a gentleman from Samburu. So we can't say that that is the sharpest tool you have. So I think let's take note of the serious professional negligence that we have observed here, the lack of disclosure, lack of supporting documentation, and therefore, I think on this matter, we cannot come to a conclusion that this is the true state of pending bills in Samburu, and we can make appropriate recommendations.
Yeah, so Chair, you need to guide, because he has gone on record to say that he admits that there is material non-disclosure on note 32. I think just on that score alone, Chair, I believe that there are pronouncements this committee should be able to make. I mean, there's an admission on record.
Senator,
and also, Chair, because then the auditors would look at the veracity of these documents, what would still be outstanding is the requirement to justify why the documents are not given in good time, so that because you don't have prosecutorial powers, would have to give the files to ESC to do investigation. Why can't we give opportunity to the officers to really give justification why those documents are not there? Is it somebody was not there in the county? Maybe they were fired, and you brought in somebody new. Somebody was sick. The documents were carried away by water, and they had to reconstruct them, so that we just get that narration for the sake of the answer.
Chair, I think maybe since there is admission of liability, we should since there is admission of liability by director of accounting or finance, and he is a member of profession like some of us are, then the consequences must follow. And maybe, Governor, maybe just a basic question, because I've seen how your team answers questions. Maybe can I ask a basic question, Governor, because it looks like everybody is casual among your staff. Answer it or you don't answer. You saw our director, the CCM, taking back and forth. Workers and staff intimidating you, Governor? Or they don't respect you? Or they don't follow your orders? Is there disrespect? Because when a staff which you have entrusted with responsibility don't take the work seriously when they are before parliament. Maybe they disrespect you and you don't know it, because if they don't feel an obligation, you know, this should be a very serious matter that they, even in Japan, when you are speaking before your boss and you fail, you start crying.
In
Because
Japan,
you know
they commit suicide. But honorable members, let's get back to this so that we can make some progress.
Yeah, because we cannot make progress when you have members of staff who are answering questions casually. So my concern, Governor, do they disrespect you? They don't follow your orders, because it looks like you are the victim of poor performance of your staff. Because from the question one chair to now, we have been struggling to get headway, especially from the members of staff that is working with the government. But at face value, Governor, you look like a lion. So is there something?
Now, members, let's come back to the numbers, because we have demonstrated that there is a problem. And the governor has also owned up that this session helps him to see things the way they are. But the point we cannot run away from, and members allow me, let's just prosecute this. The point we cannot run away from is that the Auditor General says that for 5 years, you have collected SACCO contributions of 27 million from your staff, which has not been settled. And today, you have come and told us that out of the 27 million, you have paid 10 million. Now, SACCO contributions are very personal, very painful. It could be contributions to share capital, it could be repayment of loans. Even if, Governor, you came and found this as a problem in Samburu, I think from a humane perspective, this is one thing that you must be resolved with immediate effect. You'd rather pend the payment of someone who's built a road, but not the contribution of an employee, a contribution that has already been deducted. The control of budget has already approved that contribution. I think this we cannot run away from, Governor, because this is about being humane and being responsive to your staff. I would want to hear your views on that, or the action you are taking. You owe them 27 million, only 10 million has been remitted, leaving a balance of 17 million.
Sure, thank you so much. Just allow me to say something little on what Senator Cherargei raised here. One thing that is very clear about my staff is that they are highly educated. They are no different from any staff in this country. These people sitting here, they were recruited by the public service of Samburu, and they have degrees from universities of Nairobi, universities of everywhere that are in Kenya. They also have that CPAC thing that I have never attempted. So they are, as far as I know, that is the best of accountants you can get. And I remember one time in KICC, you raised an issue that you'll forward their CPAC numbers to the bodies so they can be, yes, so they can be vanished. I don't know how those bodies work. And you actually mentioned their names, and they are sitting here. The same people that you forwarded in KICC, they were not vanished. I actually asked one yesterday, not the other day. I asked one of them here, I don't mention. I thought Senator Kajwang, in my first year as a governor, forwarded your name to CPAC.
I think, Governor, for guidance, Senator Kajwang is not the governor of Samburu. You are the CEO of Samburu. We can only make recommendations. It is for you to take administrative action on your staff. In fact, even ISPAC cannot sack your staff. No other body can. It's your county public service board.
Not the sacking, Senator.
And you as a governor.
I thought when you forwarded, because you're the one who pronounced that you are forwarding this person and this person, I thought there will not be accountants.
It does not take away your responsibility as chief
I'm not saying
executive
that, but I
officer.
think they should not have been accountants anymore. The point I'm trying to make is that we have highly qualified staff. There is no question about that. They have everything accounting.
I think let's look at that. Could you, Governor, just to guide you to come to the SACCO?
To the numbers.
Come to the SACCO, yeah.
The reason why I was asking that we go back, I said on record, I find this meeting more productive than what I thought, because we are looking at things post-audit and how to correct them. And I think that's what we all want for our people. So, sitting here, and I said I'm not an accountant, one record is saying that we have zero deductions, if I understood very well. We have zero balances. There's another conflicting that is saying we have about 16 because 10 is paid. But it is also in the record that 5 million is currently sitting at the control budget to pay the remaining